Hi everyone, let's have a quick look at the charts. So the consolidation on Bitcoin continues in a relative tight range here, which is good. Let me just clean this up a little bit to show you some other things I'm looking at. So I still think a quick wick into this 31,500 to 32,800 area is possible, although currently I'm leaning towards one more leg up and eventually get the retest of this area, and the reasons I will explain now. Let me just clean these up too. So if we look at Bitcoin, the Bitcoin chart on a daily time frame, we see that the first range of consolidation was between 25k and 16k, give or take, and then we got the breakout, two legs up, downside, downwards consolidation, retest of the previous range high at 25k, then another bounce, another retest, and now we broke out of the last consolidation area of around 25 or 26 to 31.5k. Let me just change the color of this one. So eventually what I expect is that this range high, the previous range high of 31,500, is going to get a retest. And the new range is likely to be between 40,000 and 31,000, give or take. So the next leg up, or the second leg up after this consolidation, could go towards 38 to 40k, maybe even push towards the 50% retracement level, which we have been keeping an eye on for a long time now. And from there, we draw it out a little bit. So some more consolidation here, another leg up, consolidation, and then the retest and bounce to the upside. This would be a bullish scenario, which may require well, several weeks to months potentially of patience, but in between here we should get some trade opportunities on the lower time frames, which I will be sharing on Discord and my social media. And on the lower time frames, let's drop to the 1 hour, so we can see that there is another range building here. And currently we are under the EQ, we just rejected, and now heading towards the 25% level of the range. So we could even see a wick or a retest of 33.3k, or the area. Even a little dip below, everyone gets scared, starts shorting, hoping that price will dip back to 31.5k, but then a quick reclaim and a further move up. So these are all scenarios I'm calculating in my positioning. Right now I still have long exposure. I also started longing some altcoins, which I will get into later, adding to my long exposure. And but I am also ready for a dip of Bitcoin beneath or towards 33k. I have some orders scaled in here in this whole area, in case we get the retest of the 31.5k previous range high sooner than I expect. But right now, I do like this consolidation, and I think there is gonna be one more leg up. So have a quick look at the stock markets. So the S&P 500 has reached the goal, the 50% retracement level. Unfortunately, I did not get filled on the short because price already rejected in the lower fair value gap here. I was just interested in getting a good deal in the higher fair value gap, which is now gone. But the 5 waves have completed, so now we will have to see if we will get the close back above today, or maybe next week, or if we will get some consolidation and ultimate rejection. So key level lost here, not lost yet. I mean, there is no confirmation. Only if today's candle closes beneath the lowest point, which is 4,127.9. Let me mark that. So if we get another close beneath this level, we could start thinking about this potential scenario here, the downside scenario. Let me mark that red. Otherwise, we could also see a swift bounce back up and then consolidation around the 50% retracement level, and then eventually the move back up towards the key retracement level. So this is the 50% retracement level, and the lowest wick of yesterday's candle are the two key levels I will be keeping an eye on for now. Let's have a look at the Dow Jones. Dow Jones also completed its fifth wave. We dipped under the 50% retracement level, and like on the S&P 500, I will be watching both the lowest point of yesterday's candle and the 50% retracement level. So in the morning or during the day, it can dip under it, but important is that it does not close under it. So we will have to wait for 1 or 2 days to see what the result of that will be. The NDX also reached the target, and the fifth wave is likely completed here. Since the Nasdaq, in comparison to the S&P 500 and the Dow, is still relatively far away from the 50% retracement level, we could see a little more extension towards that 13,600. But for now, I think this fair value gap is one likely contestant for the bounce, especially if the S&P 500 and the Dow reclaim their 50% retracement levels and then start moving back upwards. I think the Nasdaq will bottom out around here, and then we will see a swift move back into the key retracement zone. So let's give it a few days and see how the markets will develop. ETH, similar to Bitcoin, it is consolidating. We see that wicks push towards the 1,824 level, but currently it is getting rejected. And but I do feel like that this consolidation is also relative healthy, and while I do still think that we may wick into the daily fair value gaps I had marked here, let me just remove this one too. So we could see Bitcoin dip under its consolidation range. I think the same would be the case for ETH, and then a quick reclaim and continuation towards $2,000. But ETH is likely going to follow Bitcoin. I do not think that ETH is ready already to outperform Bitcoin, at least not based on the dollar valuation and percentage gains wise. I'm watching these levels right now, adding myself an alert here. But I'm more focused on Bitcoin than ETH, but I am interested in some other alts, for example, Atom. So we see that the interest area had marked before $6.19 gave us a very good bounce. Let me clean this up. And liquidity under this previous low of $6.28, give or take, has been taken, or the stops got raided, and then we saw a good reaction. It is still within this range here, but it is reclaiming or potentially reclaiming the 50% or the EQ of the channel. So I went long here on Atom, expecting it to reclaim the 50% or the EQ of the channel and then break to the upside. We may see some more consolidation. That is okay, as long as $6.28 holds. My base case for Atom is that it will move to the upside from here. One more thing we have to keep in mind is that there is this prominent wick or swing low at $5.55. At the moment, I do not think that this will get raided unless Bitcoin dumps, for a lack of better words, towards 31.5k. Then I think altcoins will be bleeding heavily. But unless that happens, I'm ready for more upside. And if we get the dip below 555, then I will be looking for a reclaim on lower time frames, mainly the 4-hour time frame, to look for a re-entry. ADA is another one I'm still long on. It is consolidating nicely, similar to the other altcoins. And here my base case is still that we will move up further, at least towards 30 cents, 32 cents, maybe 35 cents. Already secured the position with a stop loss at break even, so there is no more risk here. If we get any retest to the downside, ideally I would of course want the 27-cent level to hold, and we just get a strong reaction from there. Otherwise, the 25.5 cents, which is still above my stop loss, is like the last line of defense for me. And but we will have to see mainly what Bitcoin does. APE. So the 128 level is being reclaimed here. We have to see how this candle will close today, and then over the weekend I usually don't trade so much, try to avoid weekend price action. But at the moment we can see that this scenario here, let me make the color green, is potentially playing out. So we may see price dip under 128, but ideally the daily candle close should stay above it. So I will be monitoring that today as well. And Link, it is pushing or still around the $10.70 area, which would be my guess of the next range low. Again, here we have to see how the daily candle will close. Ideally, of course, it will close above $10.70, or even if it closes the weekend above this level, I would think that there will be more upside, at least towards $12.20. Long add-ons still within this fair value gap between 920 and 980 in case we get a wick, or if we see Bitcoin correct towards its previous range high of 31.5k, maybe this lower fair value gap between $9.80 and $8.80 is also an area where longs or long exposure can be added. And basically my invalidation would be below $7 in that case. XRP, yeah, it is ranging. Let me switch to the 4-hour like expected. So the 56 cents area here is very key. As long as price does not fully lose it, like dip well below it towards 53 or even 52 cents, and then shows us a clear rejection from this level, I am still thinking that XRP is going to hold these levels until Bitcoin shows its cards. And if Bitcoin gives us another leg up towards 36, 38, or maybe even 40K area, and then starts consolidating there, I think we will see many altcoins break to the upside and catch up in relative terms with what Bitcoin has been doing. And in that case, I could see XRP, regardless of the case, push up towards 62 or 63 cents. And then we will have to see again what's happening in terms of price development from there. That's it for this week. See you again on Wednesday.